Right, recording on the RunCam 1. As you can see, I've got the old Riot out. Talking about it the other day online, and I thought I'd give it a go. I've got the bigger motor on this one. It takes 4 cell. I had a coming together with another one, meeting of the minds. Mine actually came back with its battery dangling from the XT60 connector, and I made it back with just a few scrapes and stuff on it, but the battery tray was destroyed. I've not been able to get another one, so I just cobbled together something. But unfortunately today, because of the cold, the Velcro straps that I'd made with some double-sided fibre tape and stuff, the glue's just come off because it's too cold in the garage. It's about -1, I think, or it might actually be up to just freezing. I'm not sure how it's going to go. The grass is a bit long and there's all this ice, so I'm not sure how it shall take off on that, but if not, I'll give it a chuck. Right, here we go. Might need a push. No, I think this grass is just too long. Here we go. I launched that downwind, by the way. So, now then, who was talking to me? It was Julian, wasn't it? My West Yorkshire buddy. Now, I think you were on about a Fun Cub or a Tundra. This is a little bit similar, only there's no flaps. Is that flying slow enough for you? Oh, right in that current bun. She's got big control surfaces, so you need to dial her down a little bit. I've got this on half rates, but she will do silly stuff if you dial up the rates. Obviously, the stock one runs on a 22 3-cell, and there's a big lump of, I don't know whether it's lead or what. I'm having to hit some down. I believe last time I squeezed, I'm upsetting the seagulls, but I squeezed a 3300 4S in there. That's probably why I needed a bit of up, because it was been running nose heavy. She's not fully aerobatic, but it's got quite a good rudder on her. You leave a better pilot than me will be able to knife edge the shit out of this plane. There we go. But yeah, I love this plane. John got one. He'd had one before, I believe, and loved it. And I don't know if he broke it or whatever. But the chance came up for him to get another one. I think he got the kit, or did he get the stock one? But anyway, he came up with this motor prop combination, and basically flying it on a 22 4S instead of a 22 3S. So this is half rate, so whack it up to full rates. That's flat out, by the way. She's still climbing, Still climbing, just about. Shut off. It's better with, to be honest, at doing the hovers and stuff, the Harrier, with a 22 4S. It's a little bit lighter, and this is not a high C one. This is just like is it a 30 to 40C 2650 that's in there. It's not really a Harrier, is it? That's flat out. So she's not even with this bigger motor. It's got a 12x6 prop on it, and it's still not lightning fast. With an Eagle Tree Guardian, I've said this so many times before, somebody that's new to flying, get a cheating box in it. An Eagle Tree Guardian or something along those lines. Get it set up, get it test flown by someone that knows what they're doing. Just get it fully trimmed out so that it's, when you hit that button and it just levels the plane off, all you need to do is keep a little bit of throttle on, and you can fly it around, learn to fly in stabilized mode. When you're happy with it, take that stabilized mode off, straighten the current bun again, and she'll yeah, so you can learn to fly that way. I do advocate, some people will say, no, you're better off flying without stabilization and learn to fly line of sight and do all that kind of stuff. But some people will get put off by the hobby because they'll crash too many times. It doesn't come naturally or quick to them, and they get disheartened. So for that, for some people, I just think it's a good idea. I had a friend that put in his first 3 or 4 models. I know they're like 50. I think they were about £50 a pop then. I think I've seen them more now. The Eagle Trees, but he put one in every model, and he had a little biplane, one of the, is it ME or SE1s or something, the little World War I biplanes. It was a pig to fly. Put the Eagle Tree in and it calmed everything down. It was a little balsa thing. It wouldn't have taken a proper crash. One decent crash and that's it. It's throw it in the bin and game over. So that enabled him to be able to fly that, and it's something he wanted to fly. Adrian, I don't know if you watch my stuff anymore, but Adrian was the guy that had these things, and he had them in all sorts, and he only flew line of sight, and it enabled him to learn and get more confidence on the sticks. I believe he has got an FPV ship now, although I haven't flown with him for so long. But yeah, I love these things. They're really good, and they do. I believe they do an XL version. It's a Max Thrust Riot, by the way, if anyone is looking. Century models do them, and I think they're running about £150 at the minute. But that's ready to fly. It's got some, like, is it 12, 13 gram servos in the ailerons. In fact, it might be big servos all the way around, or is it 9 grams in the ailerons and 12 in the rudder and the elevator? And the rudder probably is going to be a bigger one because it's got a little tail wheel to steer. The landing gear is not the best. I think John put some carbon fibre ones from Hobby King on them. They do bend. I've just bent mine back because they bend. That's the only thing. But it flies lovely, I think. If you just after particularly today, it's about a 5 mile an hour wind, so there's a breeze. But it's ideal today. I'm going to have a few planes because I've got a few batteries that need using. So I'll have a couple of FPV flights and a couple of line of sight and use all of them up. Right. Cold fingers. I don't do this line of sight stuff that often these days. It's good to keep my hand in there. So that is now on low rates, and that is now a pussycat to fly. You can be quite aggressive on the sticks. Hang on, let's get it up a little bit. Low rates and hard over. Look at that. I can't remember what I've got the low rates on. I will check at the end. I've still got, what's the elevator like? It's still, still going up. I do tend to keep allow more rudder, or even I don't know if I put any rates on the rudder at all. There you go, there's the rudder, because it's quite a responsive rudder, but I do like a bit of rudderage. But yeah, if you lower the rates, you probably couldn't do that on a windy day.
10, 9, 8.
Right, I'm going to bring her in.
6, 5.
She probably could go a bit longer because I've not been bashing it, but
1. Timer 1 elapsed.
I'm only trying to decharge the batteries. Plonk! That's the trouble with this grass and the sort of crunchy, light snow ice. As soon as the wheels catch into it, you're better off with skis. Who's that now? No idea. But yeah, there she goes anyway. Max Thrust Riot. So that's on low, so there's still a fair bit of elevator and rudder, but it calms the ailerons down. So what have I got on there? On low rates, the ailerons are down to 40%. Believe it or not, it's 40% on the elevator too. That's only 40% travel. On full rates, I have got 40% aileron expo on the ailerons and 50 on the elevator. She's touchy on the elevator, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have done that. And I've got 30% on the medium and low rates, and 35 on the elevator on medium, and 30 on low rates. So I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So there we go, Max Thrust Riot, job done. Battery number 1 taken down.